Actually, this is going to be my ultimate asshole move. This is against Burbank. This is even before the Russian mob was here, just to show you how Burbank thinks of their community. They don't see themselves as part of the community. They don't see themselves as Californians. They see themselves as surrounded by a invading force. They don't see people with free ability to move and live wherever they want as America. So on that note, a plane just took off, a little like propeller plane. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So what's the key? To show you how evil the people of Burbank have always been anyways. The key is, why is the airport in Burbank not in the center of Burbank? Why is it on the very, 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 very edge, the actual border? Huh? And why does all of the flight plans that leave Burbank Airport fly away from Burbank? None of them fly over Burbank. They were going to say it's for safety or fucking air control. It's hate. It's because that's annoying. It's because it's sound pollution. It's because Burbank doesn't want the exhaust falling on their community, and they don't want the noise polluting their community. So all of the planes that take off from Burbank Airport, they get diverted immediately into LA airspace. And I bet you $1 billion that Burbank doesn't pay a fucking dime to rent that fucking airspace, under the premise that, hey, aren't we all Americans? Aren't we all on the same side? What's wrong with a little business? So that's one thing I give to LA for free. If you really want to hurt Burbank, seriously, you want to hurt these fucking pieces of shit that coddle the fucking Russian mob because it induces them to fucking feel superior to liberals, cut off the airspace to fucking LA and make all Burbank flights, every flight, because then they won't be an international airport. You get it? You want to hurt Burbank big time. Take away their fucking not their international airport. Is it international now? I don't know. But whatever this airport is, if you ban them from LA airspace unless they pay for it, which will make it infeasible, you could fucking hurt these fucking disgusting MAGA in Burbank massively. They lose all of their contracts. And then some other city, like, what's the other one out there in Riverside or some shit like that, will start getting all the opportunity. So it's not like it's gonna go away. You'll help other Americans by cutting off these fucking disgusting, nasty, vile Burbank people who, I'm telling you, the Russian mob just slid right in. They didn't start the shit. But the Burbank psychology has always been of hate, of seething rage, of vindictive, of violent, greedy, narcissistic, brutal, manipulative. There's a word called turpitude. Crassly ignorant manipulation of patriotism, because the only goal that they have in Burbank is to hurt their neighbors. When you understand the way they perceive Los Angeles and the San Fernando Valley, I mean, it's all Los Angeles. But once you get that their whole objective is, that's why they have their own water. They don't have better water. Trust me, they do not have better water. Their water is fucking disgusting, okay? But they don't have lower standards. You know, it used to be, if you go back 20 years, because I lived in Burbank in 2004. If you go back to that time, Burbank water was one of the cleanest waters in all of California because it was their own water. And the example was, I used to work for a lady that did when Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor. Maria Shriver used to have this women's conference, and the lady I worked for made soy candles. So we would go, she was friends with them. She was a family's personal masseuse too. So she would literally go, I got to go to, she was a Serbian. I got to go to Arnold's house. He needs a massage. And I'll go see the kids and Patrick and blah, 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 blah. So only at the conference I met them all. Like, it's funny because Arnold was my hero growing up as a kid. When I finally met him, I saw all the service around him. Oh, actually, they came to the booth. It was really funny. So they came to the booth first because they got to check. They know where he's going to go. So we're setting up. They come by. She knows them all because she goes to their house. So she's always at the security. And she's like, oh, you guys. And they're like, hey, Milena. She's like, oh, he's coming here? She's like, yeah, we're just, you know, she's like, he better come here. If you don't come here, I'll kill him. And I was looking, and I was laughing because I was looking at the face of the Secret Service staff, literally protecting him. These guys, and they know her. I mean, it's like, I mean, it's nothing bad, but it's just a funny situation to be in. And, wow, holy, what the fuck is this? This entire thing is vacant. Oh, Burbank. What's the matter, Burbank? You losing business? I guess everybody's losing business. What are you gonna do, Burbank? So, all right, so what we're doing here? The women's conference. Oh, so when we were down there, one of the things was I took the bus, I took the train. So I got woke up really early because it was like a 2.5 hour ride. I had to take the train, the bus to the train, then the train to downtown, and then get on the other line and then take that all the way to Long Beach. But then when we came back, I was able to ride back with her because we left at the same time. So, but I didn't want to, I didn't mind. It wasn't a problem for me. I wanted that bus ride. So while we were there, that's when I learned Long Beach at that time had, oh, they have bike rack right here. Holy shit. I thought Burbank didn't allow these e-bikes. So that must, but this is Burbank. Yeah, they don't allow scooters or e-bikes, these Lime bikes in Burbank. And they don't allow weed shops either. Just so you know, again, like I said, food for thought. That's how they think of the community. How can they limit access? How could they limit mobility? How could they hobble? I showed you no sidewalk. How could they contaminate their neighbor's environment with exhaust, airplane exhaust? So, no, this is not, oh, see, okay. So, here, so whatever this is, there's a person that works here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, don't get me wrong. But they have to ride a bike. They live in North Hollywood, they have to ride a bike here for work. Oh, what the fuck is that? Look at these guys. I don't want to be loud because it's snoring. This is not being rude. I was homeless before. Oh, and again, just to be, OSS is a Russian mob. So their scam, because when I was working at the ER, I was a janitor in the ER at St. Joseph's, and on the way to work, some guy, we got a fender bender. He got out, he swung on me. I blocked his swing. I said, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Because I didn't take it as a threat. He tried his best, but it was a very feeble attempt anyways. But then he tried to reassert it, and he did it a second time. And then I just stuck out my hand, stiff-armed his shoulder, and that stopped his entire range of motion. So when he tried a third time, I just beat the shit out of him. But in the process of beating the shit out of him, I broke my knuckle upside his head. So I show up to work at the ER, and my knuckles already fucking swollen like a motherfucker. And the workers there are like, dude, okay, I called in late too because I was gonna get there on time. So, but then, so this person just girl driving around on Armenian. So they came in just to do a U-turn right here. Oh, they went that way. I'm gonna see if I can remember that brake light. So, but there's a girl driving, and then there's an Armenian with a black hat with his seat back, so that only the brim of his hat is up. And he was pointing to her. He told her to turn into here. And then when she came to right here, he was pointing up from where he was laying down, telling her, like, you can only have one option. But she didn't know whether he wanted him to turn around and come this, or her to turn around and come this way, or to go out that way. So anyways, so that place, they refer me to, that place is across the street from the, that's how they got so big. That's why they have this new location. Because they got really big because they partnered with St. Joseph's right across the street. So they got all these doctors to recommend people. So I go there. It's a full insurance. You gotta understand, everybody that goes there has 100% insurance. I had a complete medical insurance through the fucking hospital. When I get there, this scam that they have is they charge every every time they file something for you, they fill out a form, which is standard in the operation, okay? So that's part of the whole insurance claim. But the way they do it, because they're a Russian mob, they charge cash, or charge, you have to pay, it's not credit card, you have to pay $20 per notice. So you go in there for 3 visits, okay? And they got to report to your insurance company. They make an additional $60 cash off of you. Every single person. And mine in particular, which got me pissed off, which is why I stood out to me, is I got a letter saying we didn't get the notice. So I went over there and I was like, okay, well look, you know, they said, I showed them the letter. They're like, oh, well, we sent it. I was like, yeah, you're telling me that. Oh, here comes that car. See, told you. I think this is them. Let me try to get on the street so I can try to show. Oh, is that them? No, that's not them. That's got not tinted windows. So, oh, that's it right there. Go in and see. They came back around. Oh yeah, that's them. With that long ass tail light. But of course, that's like a bitch move, anyways. But that's how they act cool with the. In his thing though, he's impressing the girl. Like, oh no, go this way. Go check him out this way. Oh, go this way. She said, what do you want me to do next? Like he's gonna do anything. So okay, where was I going here? ADHD, motherfucker. Oh, so I go there and I'm like, I show them the letter. I'm like, hey, this is, you know, you didn't send it. They're like, no, but we sent it. I was like, look, I'm showing you the letter. Oh, well, if you want us to send it again, it's $20. I was like, what do you mean it's $20? I was like, you didn't send it. No, but we sent it. We have a girl, we pay her an hourly. She just sends, she sends these. I was like, what do you, so what does that, what does it have to do with this letter? This letter's telling me that they didn't send it. So she didn't send it then. If you're saying somebody, so they're like, oh, we'll get the girl. So they go get this Hispanic girl. What do they, guess what they pay her? Minimum wage, because she's not a medical staff. She's not doing medical records. She's just a copy clerk. So she comes over there. Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, but you guys didn't send it. Oh, see, here, go there. I like just harassing them so they know they're connected to this gym right here. And look at the cameras right there. So they're not worried about those cameras because this is all Russian mob. And I could totally devastate all of them right now. They're all fucking smoking cigarettes. I could crush their fucking bodies like fucking jello because of this motherfucking shit. I brought this for my pull-ups. I brought this for my pull-ups because the rings make it harder. So, but let me show you. This is 8 pounds, 36 inches of raw fucking solid to the core. There ain't no defense, there ain't no blocking, there ain't no security. Oh, here's a Burbank cop? Yeah, Burbank cop. So, they tell me that they want to send it. So she's like, oh, but you gotta, I'm like, well, you guys send it again. They charge me another $20, okay? So, oh, here's one of their cars. They didn't think I was in. Bada bada bing, bada bada boom. Nice. Yeah, look over here, bitches. Because I'm about to get this motherfucker right here. This is 9VDR 487. Do what Burbank police won't do. Again, Burbank police just drove by right now. So these guys are loitering in a fucking parking lot where they're not supposed to be loitering with the fucking security camera right there. They're not black. They're not brown. They're Russian mob. So, hey. That's not Burbank PD's responsibility. But anyway, so then I'm like, okay, well, how about this? If you're gonna just give me a copy. So they're like, a copy? What do you mean? I was like, a copy. They're like, oh, well, you can't send it. I was like, what do you mean I can't send it? They're like, they only receive it from us. I was like, yeah, but you didn't send it. They're like, no, but we did. I was like, if you sent it, I wouldn't have this letter. So they keep bullshitting. What, there's a car up on the fucking bathroom? What the fuck is this? This is crazy. I came here to do pull-ups. This car is all the way up on the grass by the fucking bathroom. I don't even know why these cars are in here, but I guess if they're here, I could be here. Because I was worried because some parks in LA, they close at sunrise and sun up. But I just need a branch. Oh, good. I'm gonna be over here. I think I could use this branch right here with a bench. It's kind of high, but I should be able to get it. So the girl's like, but you can't send it. I was like, what do you mean I can't send it? They're like, they only accept it from I was like, yeah, but I mean, how do I know you're gonna send it this time? Oh, they're like, no, we'll send it again. But I said, yeah, you told me you're supposed to send it the last time. Now I've got to pay another $20 for something that I already paid for, because you guys are saying you already did it. And they're like, okay. So I sit down, I'm pissed, I pay the $20. Then a lady goes up to the thing with the same situation, old lady. And they tell her the same thing. Oh, well, we could send it again. And I'm sitting there, oh, these fucking fools. I didn't think of them as a Russian mob at the time, but it's an Armenian organization. Oh, look at. These fools are fleeing. They started their cars. I would have paid attention to them if they didn't start closing up their shit and starting their cars. But anyways, they tell me, oh, they didn't tell me anything. So they charge, I'm seeing them charge her. So I'm like, damn, these fools, they're making fucking money off of this, off of people. So they tell me they sent it. That right then, that's why I sat down. But I have the pad of paper. So then I called the place and I'm like, okay, did you get it? And they're like, no, we didn't get anything. I was like, okay, well, I have the packet. I have them printed it up because I could see that there was going to be a problem. And then the insurance place is like, no, well, we can't accept it from you. It has to come from the office. I was like, look, these people are charging me $20 a time. And they're like, what? What do you mean $20? I was like, each time I ask them to send you, every time they send you a file, they charge people $20. They're like, no, but it's in the claim. I was like, no, I don't care what you're telling me. They think I'm lying because it's so crazy. No, they're charging people $20 per every time they send you guys information on any patient. They're charging the patient $20 cash on top of whatever they're getting from the claim. And they're like, no, I'm sure you're mistaken, sir. Just go back and tell them to send it again because we still don't have anything. I was like, so I can't even mail this to you? They're like, no, we can't accept it from you. It has to come directly from the care provider. So I was like, oh, what the fuck? So then I go back again, pay $20 again. And then never got the insurance. But the funny thing is, this is how it actually worked out in a weird kind of way. The guy that I beat his fucking ass and I broke my knuckle upside of his head, after I did that, he pulled out a knife on me and then started to walk me down because he was like all distraught, breathing. He took out his knife, and so I walk on the other side of my car because I beat the shit out of him. So he had to gather himself when he took the knife out. He took the knife out and he, put the blade out, brandished the knife, and then, but he didn't start walking right away or run at me or anything like that. He was like, and then he started taking steps forward. So then I walked on the other side of the car that I was in. And I was like, okay, hey, dude, you know how stupid because we're on a little side street in Burbank. I was like, you know how stupid you are? I was like, watch this. Hey, community, this guy just rear-ended me and he's got a knife. Somebody call the police. And he looked around. I was like, Burbank has a police when it's not the Armenian mob, like right here. That's trespassing. So when it's not the Russian mob, Burbank PD does have a 3-minute response time. It's freaking amazing because they don't deal with the Russian mob. So, I told him that, and I was like, they'll be here any second. So then he looked around, he put his knife in, he got in his truck, and because it was a little side street, so the way that he rear-ended me, like my car took up the whole, oh, look at this car's leaving. What the fuck is that? How the fuck did they even get onto this fucking shit? That's some crazy fucking shit right there, man. That is some dangerous motherfucking psychopath motherfucking shit. See? I guess you guys are lucky I fucking came here on the fly. Look, they're getting the fuck out of there. They're scared now. They think I was here fucking oh, you know what it was? Every time I turn my camera to the Russians, to the Russian guys that are leaving now again, making all the noise, because my camera, like this way, is filming me, but when I film them, I flip it around for the long lens. But when I turn it that way, they kept seeing the screen, the light of the screen, so they probably thought I was recording them, so they got scared. So but anyways, yeah, did they go and see? And the guy is going to, oh my bad, fucking stupid. So the guys, not only are they leaving, but the guys are walking to the to that SUV that I got the license plate of. Sucking motherfuckers. So they ended up paying $60. I didn't get anything from them, but as a result of that guy backing all the way down to the he had to back. It was like he had to go back probably 2.5 football fields down a side street in reverse while he was discombobulated. So he was going really slow, doing this kind of shit. Then he got to the street and he took off. And then, yeah, it's like within 2 minutes after that, Burbank PD showed up. It was a lady and a guy. The lady got out of the car and she told me, look, we got to get your car out of the street. I was like, okay, well, I'll push it. You could sit in the front. She's like, no, I'll push it. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I don't argue with that kind of situation. I don't believe in that. I mean, I believe in chivalry, but I also believe in you do what you do. So she pushed the fucking car. It was a little Golf Volkswagen, a stick shift. So I put it in neutral, and she pushed that shit for me, and I moved it over to the side. And then they took a report. Well, they ended up catching that guy, and because one of the person from the community that called, they apparently had footage from their camera, from their house security camera. So they were very eager to provide that footage. And that put the police in a situation where they had to respond. So they caught the guy. That guy was being faced with, because it was a car fleeing the seat of an accident, kind of shit like that. I didn't need to press charges on him, but because he had those charges on him anyways, they also filed for brandishing a weapon, which was a potential big deal for him. He was an Asian guy, like a 20-year-old Asian guy, and he ended up hiring a lawyer, and the lawyer contacted me and said, look, if you would sign this paper, my client is willing to pay you a settlement. And I was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what, I didn't get my insurance. So for this thing, I broke my knuckle. I haven't been able to work. So I didn't get the insurance for some stupid reason. So if he covers the insurance, and what's the insurance? I was like, it's my pay rate. And I was only getting I didn't get greedy. I told him, look, I'm not going to lie. I get $16.40. I don't get shit. So it's not a big deal. But this is how long, it's like 4 or 5 months or something like that. So they did the math, and he's like, this, okay, that's about $5,000, 500 and something, 50 something dollars. And I was like, okay. I was like, whatever. I mean, you do the math, that's fine. So then he's like, okay, so if we give you a check for that, we're going to, you sign a paper to waive, so that, because my client will only get a ticket then for reckless driving. He's not going to get any kind of a crash, whatever, some kind of shit like that. So I was like, yeah, all right, that's fine. I was like, because look, I don't know what his state was, but he came out of the car, and I could tell that he wasn't drunk, but he was already maybe like a breakup kind of. That's the way I took the thing. That's why I didn't beat his ass the first couple times when he swung at me. So then that's good to know that I chased the fucking Russian mob. They were comfortable right there. They seriously think probably that I came here. I just want that branch right there. That's all I want. So actually I should start doing that now. So then he so I took the so then we set up they said, okay, we're gonna do this in like 2 weeks, okay? And I was like, yeah, that's no problem, whatever. I mean, I'm not doing anything. So when the time came for the 2 weeks later, the lawyer calls me up. He's like, okay, are you willing to meet today to get this check? And I was like, yeah. And then I told him, oh, you know what, this is gonna sound weird, but I thought about something about the settlement amount. And the guy's thinking like, oh fuck, this guy is gonna try to get more money. And I was like, you know, my insurance claim would have only been 65% of my pay. And he's like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, I wasn't gonna get my full wages from the insurance claim. And I told you, if your client pays me my insurance claim, that I'll be willing to do this deal. But it's not the full amount. It's 65% of that. He's like, well, how much is it? I was like, dude, you're the freaking lawyer. I'm not gonna do any math for you. That's exactly what I told him. He's like, okay. He said, hold on a second. He's like, all right, so that's $3,333. I was like, whatever, man. If that's 65%, I mean, I'm for whatever. If it call me stupid or not, I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm just trying to get what I think is due me, and that's what I think is due me. And I understand that I misspoke it when I just said it the first time. So he's like, all right. He's like, okay, so if you're willing to meet me right now, in about an hour, I'll have the check ready for you. So He came, and then I got a check for $3,333. But that place is the Russian mob, and that's how they steal money from Americans, and that's a form of medical fraud. That entire business, you got to understand, because of the way that they built up their reputation with referrals directly from the hospital right across the street, that's a Russian mob organized crime. The $20 fee that they are taking, siphoning out of Americans, out of their personal wealth, is fucking a lot of money.